Social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You saw the thumbnail. You just saw the title. If you rocked with me earlier today, then you know that we're going to get over here. We're going to talk about what's going on in Dalton. Got a fun night planned to, we're going to go through that Lavelle Redmond interview that he did most recently. So we're going to jump in on that one and kind of go through it, get some of your feedback and your thoughts on it. I'll give my feedback and thoughts on it as well. But before we do that, I want to talk about something totally off the topic of Dalton, completely and totally. I need you all to let me know, am I being a hypocrite? Now, one of the things people talk about, because I talk about a lot of topics that stir the pot and get people's anger and angst up quite regularly, is that I'm being hypocritical. So I want to ask you all, am I being hypocritical? And I'm going to give you a particular situation that I believe we can parse through tonight. You all know I do not respect Al Sharpton in the least bit. His Target protests, his Costco boycotts, all that kind of malarkey is garbage. It's total garbage, scubalon, if you will. I don't respect it at all. However, today I was on Twitter and I ran across a protest. I was like, yo, wow, I can get down with that. I can get with that. Now, I'm gonna play it for you all. I want you all to let me know, and we'll parse through it. We can kind of give some more context and stuff like that. But I want to know, am I being inconsistent? Because I don't support Jamal Bryant and those types of things here in the U.S. But this happened in New Zealand, and I'm all for it. I am all for it. Yes, sir. I support this. Now, I don't believe that these people are professing to be Christian at all. So there is that little nuance right there as well. I want to make sure I give that caveat ahead of time, so that at the end of the day, their protest still has to be rooted in the scriptures. Their protest still has to be Christ honoring, if you will. But I just want to know, am I wrong? Do you all think, as the audience, I'm listening to you all and get your feedback. So Jason, what are you talking about? I'm glad you asked. This is a protest that happened in New Zealand. It seems like it happened this weekend. There was a Pride festival, Pride parade. And the Pride parade was interrupted by an organization called Man Up New Zealand. And they work with men, help fathers to be better dads, boys to become husbands and fathers, and such of that nature. And they interrupted the protest. The parade with a protest. I just want y'all to look at it. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Feel free, after you hit that like button, of course, jump into the best live chat on the internet. Let me know, Jason, you're inconsistent. You got to support Al if you support these people. Let me know what you think. Let's go. Here we go. And real quick, if you're not familiar with the haka dance, it is a New Zealand South Pacific war dance that they would do before they went to war. And the other army is on the other side, and they're over here doing what they're doing. And it's used, you see it used at football games or rugby matches. You see them at rugby matches. You've seen it all over the place. I just want to know, am I inconsistent? Let's go. I'm going to stop real quick. There's a young lady right here coming. The camera's panning toward her. She's a young lady. She's short, long black hair. Look at her face. Look at her face. I'm going to stop again when it comes to it, but just want you to see her face right there. This young lady right here. Look at her looking at these men in front of her, knowing that she's protecting the whomever behind her. How crazy is that? She's looking at men. She's defending the men behind her against the men in front of her. And she knows in her heart, and you'll see in a moment, it's all over her face. She knows that these men in front of her, these are the ones that she would want to protect her if something happened. Let's go. Look at her face right there. Tell me that woman is not saying, why am I protecting these men behind me from these men in front of me? She's looking like I'm on the wrong team. Why am I here? Why am I here? And I'm going to stop right here because the only profanity in this video are the peaceful protesters on the side that are using profanity toward these men. So I'm actually going to cut it right here because, I mean, they get pretty vile. If you look on Twitter, you'll see it. But now I'm going to do one more, and then I want to hear what y'all think about it. Am I being inconsistent? Because I can totally 100% rock with these guys. I can totally get out there. I don't even know what they're saying. I will learn the language, and I will get out there, and I will be doing it right along with them. But before we get too far afield, Jason, what are you talking about? I want to bring this other one in because this same group went to another place where perversion was being exploited and being promoted. And they went to a library that was doing the same thing here. And they, shall we say, they were not quiet in the library. Let's bring it in. I just want y'all to tell me, am I being inconsistent? Let's go. Let's go. This is in one of their public libraries. Okay. Let kids be kids. There are only two genders. Say no to pride propaganda. These are the signs that they're holding. And I just want y'all to know, as y'all jumping in, thank you so much for jumping in to the best live chat on the internet. I just want to know, am I being inconsistent? Let's go. Let's go. No child is born in the wrong body. Say no to pride propaganda. There are only two genders. Woman is not a costume. All right. So those are the two protests, if you will, or anti-protests. I just want to know, am I inconsistent? Because I support that. I 100%. If y'all hear Dear Woke Christians heading over to New Zealand, please know I'm coming back. I'm coming back with that for sure. Am I inconsistent? I don't support Al Sharpton. I don't support Jamal Bryant. I sub my nose at the Target stunt pastor. But this right here, I can 100% support. What do y'all think? No, I'm not. Okay. It's a library. Yeah, I mean, it's a library. And they were running an event for children to expose them to that type of lifestyle. I just want to know, am I inconsistent? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. This is a protest of impassioned people spreading a message. Al Sharpton has to pay people to protest. Totally different. And I'm right there with you. Absolutely. Hey there, One Shot Beauty. Good to see you. Thanks so much. Help Doge is raiding you. Oh no, it's the IRS. Y'all pray for the IRS right now. Pray for them. This is passion from a culture. Absolutely. And I'll tell you what I told the person. I mentioned this to this person. They're like, well, you're inconsistent because you don't support Al Sharpton and the targets and blah, 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 blah. I said, I feel perfectly fine that I'm not inconsistent. And I'll tell you what I told him as well. Al Sharpton, we are not commanded by scripture in any means and measures that I have to sharp a target or that I don't have to sharp a target. There is no biblical mandate that I have to buy anything from anywhere. It's just a consumer product. It literally is amoral. This, on the other hand, this right here, they're dealing with two institutions that God, I feel like, has a big, big, big deal in: family and children. And the first one dealing with the understanding of family, how men and women co-create together to build a family. There's no way in the world you can't convince me that God has a lot of stake in our families. But then lastly, the product of that family. Me and my wife coming together brought about two products. And those two products, one is at work right now, and the other one's sitting on the couch, I think reading a book, maybe watching TV. I digress. But the two products of that, children, are very, very important to God. So the idea of exposing children to deviant behavior before they can understand what it is, or mutilating children or castrating children, I think God has a lot to say about that. So I do feel very cool, very comfortable with a haka dance to protest this type of attitude and not supporting Al Sharpton and his shenanigans and performative art. And then I actually got on the phone and called my pastor to make sure I wasn't wrong. And he said, absolutely not. He might actually pay my ticket to go to New Zealand so I can learn a haka dance or two. So that was it. I appreciate y'all so much for chiming in and jumping in. Thank you so much for being a part of the best live chat on the internet. Thank you so much. And I will see you all real soon. Grace and peace. Take care, everybody.